Welcome to a special edition of Nightly News this morning. I am your host, Cousin Matt. It's not Tuesday. It's not Friday. What's going on? Well, I read not so breaking because it happened like 5 or 6 hours ago. But, you know, breaking for today news about, if you saw the thumbnail or read the title of the post, KAT ABUGAZALEH, the 26-year-old progressive candidate for Congress in the Illinois 9th District, was indicted on federal charges today for interfering with ICE operations or something like that. So, hey, Bad Wolf, how's it going? If you haven't heard of KAT ABUGAZALEH, I am going to tell you about her today. We're going to read her Wikipedia page. We're going to watch a video from her, and then we're going to read an article about it from both sides of the aisle. I just want to bring as much awareness and attention to this as I possibly can, because this is our current administration using the Justice Department to weaponize politics. You have a progressive candidate who is doing fantastic and doing great things for the community and looking really well as a candidate, I might say. She's 26 years old, doing things that I definitely wasn't doing at that age. So, yeah, good. I hope that you're having some tasty dinner. But let's get into some KAT ABUGAZALEH here and learn about the progressive candidate from Illinois' 9th District. So I'm just going to read some brief highlights through her Wikipedia page real quick, and then, like I said, we'll get into the video from her and listen to what she has to say for herself. So, Catherine Marie ABUGAZALEH, known professionally as KAT Abu, is an American social media influencer and progressive political commentator. That's how she started. Now she's a congressional candidate. ABUGAZALEH rose to prominence while working at Media Matters for America, where she gained popularity for her criticism of Fox News personality Tucker Carlson. That's right, for years, this girl's job was to report on Tucker Carlson. Like, that was her whole job. ABUGAZALEH's writing has been published by Mother Jones and The New Republic. In March 2025, she announced her candidacy for the United States House of Representatives in Illinois' 9th Congressional District. She was born on March 24th, 1999, in Dallas, Texas, to a Palestinian immigrant father and a seventh-generation Dallasite mother. They don't take that lightly in Texas either. So this girl is an eighth-generation Texas and the daughter of an immigrant. That's quite the combination of a person to be. So I really think that she's doing fantastic things. Yeah, so I'm not going to read through her entire Wikipedia page here, but just for some background knowledge, just some quick background knowledge of her. She's been covering Tucker Carlson for a long time, and now I just want to watch the YouTube video that she released today, so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on from her own words. So.
My name is KAT ABUGAZALEH. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and the Department of Justice is charging 6 people, including myself, with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview Processing Center. This is a political prosecution and a gross attempt to silence dissent, a right protected under the First Amendment. This case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and punish anyone who speaks out against them. That's why I'm going to fight these unjust charges, but I need your help to do it. As I and others have exercised our First Amendment rights, ICE has hit, dragged, thrown, shot with pepper balls, and tear gassed hundreds of protesters, simply because we had the gall to say that masked men coming into our communities, abducting our neighbors, and terrorizing us cannot be our new normal. And because Chicago doesn't back down from bullies in masks who tear gas our neighborhoods, this administration has resorted to weaponizing the federal justice system to scare us into silence. But we're not going to be silent. The Trump administration wants you to be afraid of speaking out against it and its anti-democratic power grabs. And there are plenty of reasons to be afraid right now, but we have to overcome that fear. This case.
I'm just going to pop in real quick and pause the video, and I should probably speed it up just like a little bit too, because I mean, that was probably, I'm not monetized or anything, but like, I don't want to get struck. I don't think that the KAT ABUGAZALEH campaign is going to strike me for bringing attention to her indictment, but I am going to just try to break it up a little bit. So, so that, yeah, we can at least claim it as fair use or like attempt to. But I'm not trying to steal content at all. Like I said, I think that this is a very important issue that deserves attention to be brought to it. So let's finish. It's only got a little less than a minute left here.
This targets our rights to protest, speak freely, and associate with anyone who disagrees with the government. And while we have seen the unhinged and unlawful tactics this administration has used against the American public, it's important to remember they're doing this because they are scared. They are wrong. And they know they are on the wrong side of history. We cannot diminish ourselves in the face of these attacks. That's why we have to unite and stand up for humanity, our rights, and everyone terrorized by Trump's lawless secret police. You'll be hearing regular updates directly from me about this case and how we can use our constitutional rights to resist authoritarianism. And as scary as all of this is, I have spent my career fighting America's backslide into fascism. I'm not going to stop now, and I hope you won't either.
Yeah, so just in her own words, like that's pretty harrowing. Like
in September 2025,
she's 26 years old and has done like the stuff that she is doing just completely like puts a ton of people to shame. But I think it's really important to highlight what's going on with her and this authoritarian push to weaponize the Department of Justice and weaponize politics. This is authoritarianism. This is a fascism push. I did not want to admit it for the longest time, but it's very hard to deny what's going on any longer. So the story is breaking on Ground News, so I've gone ahead and done the thing that I normally do with my show, and I've pulled this issue up under the Ground News aggregator, and I didn't pull by factuality this time. I pulled a story from a far-right article. I mean, it's not a far-right, it's reposting a far-right outlet. It says that it leans right, but still, it's reposting a far-right outlet, and then what I would consider pretty far left. So we're going to read the article that's reposted from The Blaze by D. Nyes, and then we're going to read the article on the left-hand side from Mother Jones. So first the right, and then the left. Let's get into this story here from The Blaze. The Department of Justice has indicted KAT ABUGAZALEH, a progressive congressional candidate who previously worked for Media Matters of America, with forcibly impeding, intimidating, and interfering with federal agents during a chaotic protest in Broadview, Illinois. 5 other people involved in the incident were also indicted. Blaze News was present at one of the protests where ABUGAZALEH filmed herself appearing to be part of a mob that impeded a federal vehicle with federal agents inside. And there's video of this that we're going to absolutely watch. It's amazing. ABUGAZALEH is a candidate for Congress in Illinois' 9th Congressional District, but has been consistently protesting at the U.S. Immigrations and Custom Enforcement Processing Facility outside of Chicago. Broadview is not located inside the 9th Congressional District. Like that's fucking relevant. Blaze News was present at one of the protests where ABUGAZALEH filmed herself appearing to be part of a mob that impeded a federal vehicle with a federal agent inside. If that sounds familiar, it's because like this whole part of this sentence is like a complete repeat. See? The whole fucking sentence right here. This sentence right here is a repeat of this sentence right here. Is it to try to make the article look longer, Blaze? What's going on here? Anyway, ABUGAZALEH has, so Blaze was present. The agent continued to drive at a slow pace, and the people did not get out of the way, the video showed. ICE agents stationed by the perimeter fired pepper balls at the crowd to get them to stop the attacks. The attacks! Let's look at this attack, huh? Let's watch this. You see that attack? They're attacking that car. They're attacking it, you guys. It's being attacked. It's not the protesters getting pepper balls shot at them or anything like that. It's them attacking the car. They're clearly putting that federal officer's life in danger. Jesus fucking Christ. ABUGAZALEH posted... it unzoomed. Sorry. I don't know how that happened. Abugazaleh posted on her X account to respond to the charges, claiming that the Trump administration is trying to stifle dissenting views. This case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and punish anyone who speaks out against them. That's why I'm going to fight these unjust charges, she said, painting her and other protesters' actions as standing up to masked men, quote unquote, who are abducting our neighbors. Why are you putting it in quotes? That's what's fucking happening. Are you blind? Sorry. That's to Blaze, not to you guys. The facility in Broadview has been a consistent target of anti-ICE agitators since the Department of Homeland Security launched Operation Midway Blitz. DHS had to install temporary security fences to prevent rioters from having easy access to the building, but a judge later ordered that the fence be taken down. The post-far-left congressional candidate hit with a reality check after... Oh yeah, that's what the article is titled, Far-Left Congressional Candidate Hit with a Reality Check After Allegedly Impeding ICE Operations. I'm with you, man. Love the passion. Thank you. I just cannot believe how ridiculous this is. So let's go ahead and read the article from the left, just to kind of compare left to right. And yeah, so... On Wednesday, President Donald Trump's Department of Justice unsealed an indictment against 6 protesters, including 26-year-old Democratic Congressional Candidate KAT ABUGAZALEH, for allegedly impeding an ICE officer outside of a federal immigration facility in Broadview, Illinois. The move is a stunning continuation of Trump weaponizing the judicial and police power to crush dissent. Abugazaleh, a former Mother Jones video creator, is running a progressive campaign for the House seat currently held by 81-year-old Democratic Representative Jan Schakowsky. In recent months, she has been an outspoken participant in the anti-ICE protests sweeping Chicago. One viral video in September showed Abugazaleh being slammed to the ground by masked ICE agents. And let me zoom out here so we can watch this, because I want you guys to watch what a threat this like 5'1", 110-pound girl is to these ICE agents, okay? She's the one being indicted. What the hell? In addition to Abugazaleh, the indictment names several other local Democratic leaders: Michael Rabbitt, Democratic committeeman in the 45th Ward in Chicago; Catherine Sharp, who is running for a seat on the Cook County Board of Commissioners and currently serves as the chief of staff for Chicago alderperson Andre Vasquez; and Brian Straw, a trustee for the village of Oak Park. All the defendants are charged with both interfering with federal law enforcement officers and conspiring to impede or injure federal officers during a protest on September 23rd. The alleged conspiracy includes actions such as banging aggressively on an ICE agent's vehicle and etching a message into the body of the vehicle, specifically the word pig. The indictment also claims the defendants physically hindered and impeded an ICE agent such that a vehicle was forced to drive at an extremely slow rate of speed to avoid injuring any of the conspirators. What? Are we just in an alternate universe? Is that what's going on? Did we all die in 2012 and this is just like we're all plugged into the Matrix and it got a computer virus? I don't know what's going on, but like shit is off the rails, man. Abugazaleh called the indictment from the Trump administration an attempt to stop anti-ICE protesters. This is a political persecution and a gross attempt to silence dissent, Abugazaleh said in a video posted to her Instagram. The case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and punish anyone who speaks out against them, because that's exactly what it is. Others indicted had similar messages. I'm confident that the jury of my peers will see that these charges for exactly what they are: another effort by Trump administration to frighten people out of participating in protest and exercising their First Amendment rights, said Sharp in a written statement. As long as ICE is terrorizing members of our community and disregarding due process, I believe we must continue to speak out. I'm proud of my work organizing in our neighborhood, and in our neighborhoods to keep our immigrant neighbors safe from harm. Trump's Department of Justice has levied several federal conspiracy charges against other prominent anti-ICE protesters in the recent months. Prosecutors brought conspiracy charges against California labor leader David Huerta in Los Angeles, which was later reduced to a misdemeanor. Bahi Mabawala, a 35-year-old Army veteran who served in Afghanistan, was charged with conspiracy to impede or injure officers at an anti-ICE protest in Spokane, Washington. On Wednesday, in addition to Abugazaleh's indictment, the DOJ announced 10 more arrests related to anti-ICE protests in Southern California, including two protesters charged with committing conspiracy. I joined the protest at the Broadview ICE detention facility because of what is happening to our immigrant neighbors, Straw said in a written statement. The Trump Justice Department's decision to seemingly handpick public officials like me for standing up against these inhumane policies will not deter me from fulfilling my oath. And that's the end of the article. But I do want to say that the difference between the left-leaning article and the right-leaning article would have you believe that KAT ABUGAZALEH and just like 5 other random people got arrested. But it wasn't just 5 other protesters. It was 5 other political leaders, 5 or 6 other political leaders of the area. So this is a targeted attack and weaponization of the Department of Justice. And I think it's unprecedented. And I think it's very important to call out the hypocrisy in the government when we see it. And Jeff Holiday, when I started the show with him, said something in one of the episodes that I wasn't on board with at the time, but I just kind of rolled with it. And at the time, I didn't think that the moment was right, but he said, let this moment radicalize you. And I'd like you to think about that. I'm not suggesting that you go out there and harm people or take vigilante action or anything like that. But if anything, stop and look at this moment in history and compare it with other moments in history and similarities that you see, parallels maybe with the past. Think about the future that you want to create. Think about where you want to take things. Think about the world that you want your children or your descendants to live in. Because we're at a crucial time in history, like the Trump campaign said before they got into office. Like, we're in a crucial moment, but yeah, so anyway, I don't want to rant too long about this. I wanted to bring some attention to Kat's plight and what's going on with her. Maybe get a couple more people who didn't know about her into her, get some attention. I've been following her career and her congressional candidacy for a few months, actually, before she started really hardcore into the ICE protests. And even before that, like, she was a great congressional candidate. She's been doing things with the community. She's been going out there and getting involved with the people, and she deserves the support that she's getting from her community. So I wanted to take this moment on Nightly News this morning, even though it's not this morning and it's not one of our normal days for broadcast, but I figured that this was a good time to do a broadcast and let some people know what's going on with her. So I will continue to update people on this subject in the news show, on what's going on with her, where the indictment's going, how she pleads, things like that. She has said that she's going to voluntarily turn herself in on November the 5th, which happens to coincide with a protest that's going on in Washington, D.C. So something to keep your eyes on. So, and, if nothing else, I hope that Kat gives everyone a reason to remember the 5th of November. So anyway, that's it for me. You guys, I've got stuff to take care of still today. I appreciate everybody who's watching this later on, everybody who's watching it live. If you could give me a like, turn notifications on, do all the YouTube stuff, I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on Friday for sure. Take care.